Welcome in, everyone. I am happy to see you all here. We're at the end of 2024. 2025 is literally tomorrow. If you're watching this, I'm filming this on Tuesday, December 31st. That's when it's being posted online. And I just kind of wanted to take a few minutes of your time and kind of talk about where we've come, where we're going, a little year in review. What did we do with Delta Force? What did we do with SEAL Team 6? What did we do with the interview series? What did we do with the standalone explainer videos? What's going to come next? And some goals and hopes I have for 2025. So first and foremost, I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone who watches these videos, everyone who comments with their thoughts, everyone who's liking videos, subscribing to the channel. You have no idea how important of a role you guys play to help share the stories that I want to get out there from veterans. And if it weren't for you guys, none of this would be possible. I could be talking to myself in the mirror, and that's essentially what it would be. But because we have such great viewers, we have an interactive viewer base. People love to come in here and talk. They debate in the comment section. So the first and foremost person that I have to give a huge thanks to for 2024 is every single one of the viewers. You are the reason that these videos are seen. You are the reason that the stories of veterans are able to be shared. I also want to give a huge shout out to every member from Delta Force who joined the podcast this year. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone from SEAL Team 6 who joined the podcast this year. We did two different amazing SAS individuals over the course of 3 interviews. Lindsey Bruce joined the show 2 different times. Melvin Downs joined the show as well this year. We had never done anyone in the SAS before. We had done someone in JTF2, Jeff DePate, and he was outstanding. I would love to have Jeff back on the show, but being able to kind of go overseas, get a little taste of what it's like over in the SAS, something that most Americans have no idea about. It was really cool to me. And judging from the feedback in those interviews, I know that it was apparently really cool. You guys loved hearing it too. And I'm more than happy to share those. I think we're going to have some more foreign soldiers that will be joining us in the new year in 2025. And I want to give a shout out to a bunch of other guests we had this year that just told such powerful, such incredible stories, whether they were in Delta Force, whether they were in RRC, whether they were in SEAL Team 6. There's so many that you could name. But guys like Mike Edwards. Mike Edwards, I believe we posted that interview in early August. He was a former Army Ranger, was in the Regimental Reconnaissance Company, just told incredible stories. Has the Silver Star from an engagement in Iraq. Just an absolute badass dude. One of the coolest dudes you'll ever see. Mike LaMonica gave us a first-person, real-world experience look at the 24th STS. He pulled back the curtain on what goes on at the 24th STS, the Air Force's Tier 1. That was an absolutely outstanding interview. We had Jeremy Morton, a retired Army operator who now dedicates his life to helping veterans who are struggling, whether that be with mental health issues, substance abuse issues, whatever it might be. Jeremy is now pivoted to help them off the battlefield, just like he was dedicated his life to helping people on the battlefield as a member of the Army at the tip of the spear. And there's so many other guests. There's so many other guests that we could go over. And those are just 3 that really, really stick out to me. It's without them, without the guests coming on, without people agreeing to do the interviews, without people coming on. You know, we had 2 pilots this year, first time ever. We had Jason Cooper, who was a absolute outstanding pilot. So we're going into all different areas of the military now. We're not just Delta Force. It's not SEAL Team 6. We're really branching out. We're really pushing the limits to kind of grow this audience and grow the stories we're able to share. And I believe Jeff Teagues was right at the start of 2024, former Delta Force officer. Incredible interview. Not because I did anything special, but just because Jeff had some absolutely incredible stories to share. And these guys are American heroes, every single one of them. Every single guy that goes out there and does what they did back in the day when they were active, they're all outstanding. We are going to have some SEAL Team 6 stuff coming up in 2025. I believe Chris Fettis I don't believe, I know that he'll be back on the show at some point in 2025. There will be some major developments with his story. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but I think that people are really going to be impressed with what they see from Chris. He's now running an ice cream shop in Virginia Beach, and he is going to, again, I don't want to spoil anything because it's not my place, but you're going to see him back on this show at some point in 2025. I think we're going to have a lot to discuss. Some stories you've never heard before are absolutely going to be talked about. We're going to have some unit guys, some more Delta Force guys that are going to come on. I got to be careful again. I don't want to ruin anything. And we're going to have some more explainer videos. I think one of the things that I really enjoyed doing this year is instead of just posting clips and interviews from the shows, we started doing standalone explainers. Here's why this topic's important. Here's why this topic's important. Here's this historical event, and here's what you might not know about it. One of the things we talked about at length in a series of videos is females in the special operations community, what roles they do and do not serve, what they bring to the table that other people might not, where they would lack some advantages. I believe Jack Scott, for example, who was an Army CST. I absolutely love that interview. If you haven't seen the interview with Jack Scott, I encourage you to go watch it. It might even be titled under Jacqueline Scott. I don't really remember, to be honest with you. It's either Jack Scott or Jacqueline. Great interview. Gives a nice, good look at what women can do when they push themselves and what role they can serve in the special operations community. And then we had the whole disaster where women in Delta Force, their photos were released and then subsequently deleted from the internet. So we're going to do more of those going forward. People really seem to like them. I enjoy doing them. I enjoy history. I enjoy military history. So whenever we have the opportunity to do something like that, I'm always going to jump on it. I'm always going to want to do it. And you guys seem to love it. And like I said before, the reason that any of this can be successful has very little to do with me. It has almost nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with you guys. And when you show me you like something, like the explainer videos, the Capture Saddam videos, the Bin Laden raid breakdown that we did that did very well, I'm going to keep doing them because our best video of the year was actually the video breaking down the cartel situation south of the border and what Trump might do. That was our best video of the year. So we're going to continue to do that. You're also going to see some changes to the set in 2025. I'm very excited about that. We've been secretly working on putting together a bit of a different look. I've actually had this same look for a set for coming up on 5 years. When I was at the Daily Caller, it was really no different at all, actually. In fact, it's almost a carbon copy minus we've got a couple things up there that were changed, but otherwise it's the exact same. So we are going to have a different set in the coming year. I think you're really going to like it. I think it's going to look cool. It's going to look a little more professional, a little more zipped up. And it's just going to bring a whole new, it's going to represent the next chapter in what we're doing here, the next chapter in sharing the stories of American heroes. So I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. This is a Merry Christmas place. I love saying Merry Christmas. I had a great Christmas. I hope everyone watching it also had a great Christmas. And on behalf of me, every guest, whether it's Delta Force, SEAL Team 6, RRC, some other unit in the military, no matter who the guest is, if they gave me some of their time, I'm forever grateful. Mike Burke, what a great interview the Mike Burke interview was. Taking you through a firsthand look at what it means to do the job he did and honoring his friend along the way, Josh Wheeler, who was a Delta operator who was killed in 2015 on a hostage rescue mission. So we're going to have more interviews. We're going to have more standalone videos. You're going to see a new set probably within 2 months maybe. I think is when it's probably going to be done. 2 months, so maybe in the March time period. And we're going to keep chugging along. And what I want you guys to do is continue to be active members of this. I want you to suggest who should I interview. Comment below right now who you want to see me interview, who you want me to see to reach out to. Granted, a lot of people, it's not like you can just, everyone's going to say yes if you want to interview them, but I'm happy to try to make those connections. Let me know what topics you want to see covered in standalone videos, what historical topics, and any other thoughts. Any other thoughts you have about the channel, I'd love to hear them. Fire away. Please like, subscribe, and comment with whatever you want. It's been an incredible 2024 years. Not 2024 years. It was an incredible 2024. I owe you guys the world. Thanks for allowing me to be a part of this with all of you as well as all the guests. I will see you all in 2025.